Welcome back to Black Ops 1 Zombies. Today I played the remaster of Verruckt, and this is definitely the hardest version of Verruckt, if I'm being honest. So of course, every single time you play Verruckt, you always want to get the jug side, because if you don't, and you play on the quick revive side, you're definitely weird. Like always on round 2, I buy the Guvir 43 on round 2, just because it speeds up the rounds, and because you obviously need a good weapon in spawn, and I stay in spawn till about round 5, and then that's when I start to run to power. I open up the flying couch and then turn on power. Of course, whenever you turn on power in Verruckt, you always want to be getting that juggernaut because you're 2 hit down, of course. I then hit the mystery box and get the best weapon in the entire game, the G11.
No.
Then after finishing up round 7, I buy quick revive in case I go down. Not really likely I'll go down in round 7 though.
Stop the cap.
Of course, since it is just a remaster of Verruckt and it's BO1, there's not really much to do in this map. Really, all you need is the ray gun and then just the ballistic knife, or just the CZ dual wield, because it lets you run the fastest. And all you have to do is just train around the traps and kill all the zombies with the trap, because nothing kills past round 50 other than the ray gun. Oh, you know what else is on this map? Yeah, the Winter's Howl, the best wonder weapon of all time. A wonder weapon that struggles to kill on round 20. Of course, for the earlier rounds though, because it is killing, I do use it. Speeds up the rounds, makes it easier for me. What I would try to do to conserve my ammo is just try to get a train of 7 to 10 zombies and then shoot a shot so I can conserve my ammo for longer. And then after hitting the mystery box to try to get the ballistic knife or the ray gun, I ended up getting the L96A1, which is just so good. I'm joining phase after this one.
Trust.
I then get the crossbow on round 10 from hitting the mystery box, which would be useful if I could pack-a-punch and get the monkey bomb effect, but of course, they never added pack-a-punch, even on the BO3 remaster. Honestly, at this point, they should just reimagine Verruckt and add pack-a-punch. I then open up the door to Speed Cola Room, which you basically can camp here until, like, I'd say round 40-ish, but I didn't do that. I did not know how to train in this room, unless it was Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, I knew how to do it because I had the Wonder Waff. On this, you don't have anything other than the ray gun. That being said, though, if you do master the strategy on BO1, then you're going to be going through the rounds really fast because it's only a 2 barricade or 2 window strategy. It's really fast, but it is also really risky. Luckily, I did manage to get the Winter's Howl, so I was able to camp here for a little bit, but not really that long because the Winter's Howl is pretty bad. I would go as far as to say that the Winter's Howl from BO1 at least, BO4 is a little bit better, but BO1, I'd say the VR11 is honestly better. Even if we take away the co-op effect that the VR11 has, the Winter's Howl is still worse by a long shot. And I just gotta say, how does the Winter's Howl have to do with Verruckt in any way, shape, or form? I mean, you might as well put this thing on Doris, honestly. Like, the Wonder Waff at least makes sense, because yes, there's traps, it's electric, yeah, that makes sense. What does the Winter's Howl have to do with Verruckt at all? I mean, you added the Wonder Waff on Shino Numa, why didn't you add it on Verruckt in BO1's remaster? At least you did it on BO3. No, because I was about to get trapped, I had to open up the door from the Speed Cola room, so I basically ruined the earlier on strategy, but it didn't matter. I was gonna get trapped, so it's better to just not take it down at all. So after the high round strategy, you just basically you sit around the left and you wait for a couple zombies, and you go and train in that area that you just saw. And you take the zombies to the Speed Cola room, you train them for a bit until you get all the zombies to spawn in, because if you get any late spawners and you get trapped while trying to run through that Speed Cola door on the left, you're going to die. There's nothing you can do. And then after you get all the zombies, you just basically go to the trap, and you do have to wait a little bit, because if you don't, then zombies will just run out of the door that they came in, and you'll just have random zombies just in the map, which you do not want. It just kind of slows down the rounds just a little bit, so you want to just wait a little bit and it'll kill the zombies, and that's basically all you do for the entire game. It's pretty easy, but also it's kind of difficult considering it is Verruckt. At the end of round 18, I managed to get the ray gun, so I just could kill a couple zombies if I felt like I was gonna get trapped, which was nice. And if for whatever reason you felt like you were gonna get trapped if you tried to train any longer in the Speed Cola room, you can just run over to here, go over to this trap, and then kill the horde that way with this trap. It is a little bit dangerous though, because once the trap ends, you got to be a little careful, because you don't have an infinite damage wonder weapon to save you. So basically what I'm trying to say is just whenever you can, just avoid this trap as much as possible, because it could end your game and you could get trapped. Then I managed to get the ballistic knife later on, which allows me to run at the fast speed. You can also get the dual wield CZ17 or whatever they're called, CZ15, I don't even know. But you can get one of those two, and then you'll be able to run at full speed, so it'll be way easier when you're training in this room. I took it down on round 27, and from this shot right here, I realized it was over because the zombies were coming through that door, and I game overed at round 27.